and then followed by a blast of Arctic air, turning interstates into skating rinks out there. Several tractor trailers jackknifed and several other accidents were reported. They had to call in the National Guard and bring gas to drivers who were stranded out there with empty tanks. Spring, where are ya? We're ready, right?
It's going to be a long wait.
Boy.
A judge rules against a teenager who is, believe it or not, fighting her parents in family court, suing mom and dad to make them pay for her education and living expenses after she left their home. Now, the judge treading lightly to avoid setting a dangerous precedent.
Are we going to condone or open the gates to a 12-year-old to sue for an Xbox? 13-year-old to sue for an iPhone? Everyone else has one. Why can't I?
Dan Schorr is a former prosecutor and associate managing director at Kroll, and Richard Roth is a defense attorney. And Richard, you and I were just talking a moment ago that, yeah, I mean, where do you draw the line? Is it the Xbox? A car? Mom and dad owe me a car?
Yeah, I think the judge really hit the nail on the head by saying, listen, Number one is who left whom, which is a big issue. Right. But the most important, the overriding theme is, do the parents have a sphere of influence? And if they do, then you are not emancipated. At the age of 18, there's a presumption you're emancipated. But it's really unbelievable that this girl, 18 years old, who's being guided by who knows whom, this neighbor and this lawyer, is actually taken, I call chutzpah, to sue her parents, saying that they have to pay for an education. I'm wondering what Dan thinks about it.
And I had assumed that 18 is the age of emancipation. Not necessarily true.
Right, in New Jersey, there's a presumption you're emancipated at 18, but that's rebuttable by other facts, and there's a fact-finding mission the court does to see if there is a sphere of influence the parents have over the kids, whether the kid has voluntarily left the home, and the court would have to find that out.
Which seems to be the case here. She seems to have decided 2 days before her 18th birthday, I'm out of here, I don't like your rules. But, you know, Richard, a judge shouldn't be making the decisions that parents make. And by the way, aren't these gifts? I mean, there's no guarantee or obligation or legal duty that a parent must pay for a private high school education, much less college.
Well, you're absolutely right. These are gifts, and a judge shouldn't be in the middle of it. And what's also unfortunate is that now the parents have to air what I would call dirty laundry. All the fighting that went back and forth, the fact that she sent this horrific voicemail to her parents, the fact that she was under potential suspension, none of that stuff should be before a court. Right. And it's unfortunate that an 18-year-old girl, whoever's guiding her, is having a judge decide these issues, which really shouldn't be in a courtroom.
You know, imagine being the parent, Dan. I mean, they got to be mortified that this is splashed all over television and newspapers.
Absolutely.
Especially the horrific exchanges that took place.
And there's a lot of hurtful allegations here. One of the roles a judge can have besides making decisions is being a mediator, and hopefully the judge, as they're processing the case, can try to work out an agreement between the parents and the child. But it seems like there's a lot of history here and a lot of bad feelings, so it's going to be very difficult.
I think the judge actually read an earlier letter that she wrote to her parents before this breakup, which he said he's trying to get them come back together. Do you remember when you wrote this email or this letter to your mom?
I'm sorry for my actions. Actions have consequences. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
Right.
It's almost like a confession that she's to blame.
And the judge can only do his best.
Yeah. How is this going to turn out, do you think?
Well, I don't think the child's going to get a ruling for her that the parents have to pay for her college. The child already lost about paying for the high school and child support now.
And since she left home voluntarily, the child support would be suspect?
Probably, although the child's saying that she did not leave voluntarily, but that's what the parents are saying.
Yeah. Although the parents are saying that they will actually support, not being ordered to do so, but they will support her if she comes back.
Well, they have continued to pay for her health care and some other things. Dan Schorr, Richard Roth, kind of a sad case, isn't it? It's really very sad.
It really is.
All right, gentlemen, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's hope they can get that family back together. Let's go over to John Scott now and see what's going on for Happening Now this morning. Hi, John.
Hi, good morning, Mark.